I am Dr. Mariska Adams Cadillion. I introduce myself this way. I am marvelous, masterful, motivated, letting no mitigating circumstances mar my dreams. For I'm fearfully and wonderfully made. I'm moving and making magnificent things happen. You can't stop me. I am Dr. Mariska Adams Cadillion. I am so pleased to be here in this space. Mostly because every which way I turn, I see another face that looks like one of my best friends, Miss Dorothea Taylor. And I always know who the family is because they either look just like your mama or just like Tanya. There's two versions of the Taylor kids. And I love it because I never have to wonder whose family. Now, the good thing is I would never ever be talking trash about my friend anyway. But if I was, I would know who not to say it to. I am a thriver following a breast cancer journey. I loved hearing the prior speaker because she said a thing that is so true. Everybody's journey is different. And there were a few things she said that I said, if I tell my story the way I tell my story, maybe it would look like I am going against what she said. But I'm not. I believe that everybody's perception of the reality, everybody's journey is their own to have, and it is not my business to dispute it. However, I do believe that truth is power, and that you can tell yourself the truth that you want to have come to you. I got married in 2018, and in 2018, I had a little project going that I called #Boyfriend2018. I wanted somebody who I could go to the house with, hang out, somebody I could go to the movies with on Friday. If somebody invited me to a wedding, I knew who I was going with, I didn't have to worry about that. I just want somebody, a little boo. Let's go hang out, come by, and go home. As a matter of fact, because I was getting into my 40s, I was like, if I get a boyfriend, he should be a truck driver. Over the road, long distance. He should be gone about 2 weeks at a time, so I really miss him. And when he comes back, he shouldn't stay more than 4 or 5 days because he's gonna get on my nerve. #Boyfriend2018 long distance drive. So I started to think about how I should prepare myself for my boyfriend. And so I was a very busy person. As a matter of fact, I was teaching and I was in school and doing all these things. And I said, you know what, I have to get ready because you cannot have anything you're not prepared for. And so I said, okay, what do I need to do? Well, I will put all of my busyness so that it is not going to take up Friday night or Saturday night. And I'll make sure that my car is clean. Ladies, a wise man told me this at Busboys and Poets at the bar. He said, you know, when a man sees you got a dirty car, he think your house is dirty too. So, but that's not true. Sometimes you got your shoes in there and you've been back and forth to class, and sometimes teachers have a lot of things in their car. He said, they don't care nothing about that. If your car's dirty, your house dirty, and you dirty. I said, well, let me clean this car out and make sure that when I drive up in my 2013 Camaro, shiny, blue sparkling, that they'd say, she know how to keep a car. She probably know how to keep her house too. I was getting ready. I made a board and put things up on the board so I could schedule myself. And I cleaned off my bed. Because if you want somebody to hang out with you in your bed, you better not have so much stuff on your bed. Okay? Your computer, your books, all this stuff on your bed, but you're not calling nobody. And when you leave your house in the morning, do like Jill Scott said, woke up this morning, cleaned up my place. Don't leave your house nasty. Because what if somebody come by after work? So I was getting ready. I had a friend who I met in Jamaica. And that friend was somebody I had a terrible crush on. Oh my God. There's a reason they call it crushes. Who's had a crush? It's heavy. I feel like you don't just implode like a can being crushed. Every time you talk to him, just, So I met him in Jamaica in 2007. went on a girls' trip. And on my girls' trip, we were in the pool. And as we were in the pool, this is one of my bars, we're in the pool, and I saw this group of men coming up from the beach, a little incline. Looked like something in slow motion on one of those rom-coms. So they started appearing head first, chest, midsection, little red shorts, all the rest. And I said, hey. He said, hey, what you doing? And I said, talking to cute boys. And he said, really? And we started to laugh. Well, there was enough of them that each one of us got one. Merry Christmas. And so we started to talk and laugh and everything. Now, that evening, he came back by, but I missed him because I went someplace else. But the following day, the last day I was there, I ran into him on the beach again. We exchanged email addresses and phone numbers. We took a picture together, and we started to email each other and call each other. And this is so long ago, this was when we had to buy Verizon phone calls for $20 and get on the phone and hurry and get on and not call at the wrong time of day. So we started to do that. Well, a few years in, the crush just got worse and worse. But we finally had to let it go because he started dating somebody. And at first I said, you know what? A girlfriend is just a speed bump. That's not a stop sign. Okay, if you don't agree, but it's a speed bump. So I slow down, but I ain't got to stop. But then a few months go by and he called me to say she was having a baby. I said, oh man, I got to shut that down. This is serious now. Well, we started living our lives, and I always tell people that our friendship and our communication started to be like the color purple. I just say something, see if it gets lost among the Christmas and Easter greetings. And so we went on about our business. Well, in 2018, I texted him one day, after he texted, I said, dating in America is horrible. I have increased my social media presence. I've been on Plenty of Fish and Plenty of Skunks and everything they got. And every time I go out with somebody, it's like, it's ridiculous. Nobody is right what I'm looking for. He said, oh, don't worry. It'll get better. Well, that was 2018, when I was hashtagging boyfriend 2018. That was April. We got married in August 2018. Now, I tell you that story at the breast cancer event to talk about calling things that are not as though they were. And I want to warn you that sometimes we call things that are not as though they were, and they are not exactly positive things. That we're not exactly specific enough so that we can get to a place that we want to be. Now, fast forward to 2020, and I had been going to the doctor, and the doctor told me that I should have a hysterectomy. And so I had never birthed children, but I have my son that, Lord knows, if you saw him, you would think he was born from me. That baby that he called me about in 2011 is my son. But she had to get on out of the way. Now, I found out about this hysterectomy, and I go through all the emotions. Let yourself go through the emotions. I go through all the emotions, and I decided it's going to be the best thing for me. When I had the hysterectomy, they told me I had these fibroids that were as big as grapefruits. They couldn't see how many, but they knew that they were a lot. And listen, I really think you should have this hysterectomy. I said, okay. So big was this uterus that they had to do it like it was a C-section. And even had to cut me 1 inch extra on the other side. And because I'm a science nerd, the doctor and Dr. Mershka Cadogan is actually a chiropractor and a college professor and a science teacher and a curriculum specialist in science. And I wanted to see what he looked like. So I said, take some pictures. They won't let you take it home no more in the job. I would have taken it. When I saw the pictures, it was so big, 10 pounds in fact, that it looked like a baby. It had 2 lobes, one little one like the head, and when she held it up in the picture, one big one looked like a body. And they told me I had a uterus so big that it seemed like I was 5 months pregnant, and never such a thing. After the hysterectomy, I started taking all these hormones. And while I'm taking these hormones, I am trying to thwart off these hot flashes. Now this was March 2020. I was the last elective surgery to go into Sova Danville, Virginia Hospital before they shut everything down for COVID. So I had to be there by myself. And in that time frame, I had to be sure that nobody was around me because I was going to get sick if they were around me. But I went forward with it because I thought it was going to be the best thing for my life. After it, I had my first hot flash, serious. And I didn't know what it was. I was home from the hospital. I went to the bathroom. I was standing by the sink, and my whole life started to end immediately. So I know, is this COVID? Do I have COVID? Oh my God, I think I'm gonna die. This happened on Tuesday. I think I'm gonna die. But let me sit down on the toilet right here and make sure I don't have to hit my head on the way down. But it was a hot flash. I started taking these hormones after that. And about a year later, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. Estrogen-dependent breast cancer. Now, after my marriage, there were two things that I wanted. Mainly, I wanted to lose weight. And then I kept saying to myself, if I lose weight, I'm gonna have to get my breasts done. Because I had tiggle bitties. Can I use R. Kelly? I had tiggle bitties, oh my God, heavy. And so I was like, you lose weight, it's just gonna fall down. Oh my God, I need to get my breasts done, Well, I started getting another little desire in my heart about my hair. I was sick of it. SICCUUUD, sick of it. Hair day every week, twisting and pulling. I was so through with it. And years ago, I used to have a fade. I sure would like to cut my hair, but I just got mad. I don't want to do him like that. I sure want to cut my hair. Let me lose this weight, but I'm going to have to get my breasts done. I sure do want to cut my hair. Let me lose this weight, but I'm going to sure have to get my breasts done. Cancer. A guaranteed haircut and brand new ones. I'm going to say it again for those in the back. A guaranteed haircut and brand new ones. They were brand new because I decided to go down to UNC Chapel Hill and say, listen, if it's on the right side and we don't know why it's on the right side, maybe it'll go on the left side too. And I don't want to be lopsided. They tried to take 12 ounces of titty meat. Can I say titty meat? They tried to take 12 ounces. That's a cup and a half from one side. You telling me you're gonna take a tall latte off of one side and leave me with the other one hanging dead? No, thank you. Can you just go on and take them both? Now, all the time they were getting ready to take them, I was saying, oh, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. And the doctor kept apologizing. Now, she apologized because she kept saying, I can only give you 800 milliliters. I was like, 800 milliliters? Now this bag she's talking about hanging, usually you get one of those IV bags, it's about 1,000 milliliters, 1 liter. And I thought, well, I know what 1,000 milliliters is like, that's a pretty big boob, so I think 800 is okay. She said, I'm so sorry, I can only give you 800. But I'm gonna take your skin and fold it up like an accordion and stuff it up under there and let them sit up higher. I'm so sorry, I can only give you 800 milliliters. I'm like, that sounds big enough. They got finished scraping it all out. And one side was 1,400 of my T.O.B. And the other side was 1,390. So I said, oh, I see why she said 800 was little. That's about half. But I go back to the concept of calling things that are not as though they were. There are things in this life that we want to see happen in our families, in our places of work, in our businesses, in our cities. And we think we know what we want. You can ask for the what. You don't get to say how. I'll say that again. You can ask for the what. You don't get to say how. I got my hair cut. I got my boyfriend. He's always there. He don't drive no truck. when I was going to that doctor and she gave me the news that she saw something on my mammogram, I almost didn't go. Because I was so young at 43, and because I thought I had one last year and there was nothing. Why am I gonna go give them my $40 again? Ain't nothing in there. I had big ones, so they call them fibrous. So every time you go, they gotta push and pry, and they really can't never see nothing anyway, so let me keep my $40. But I had lost 15 pounds, and I wanted it on record that I was working on it. So I decided today to tell y'all a little bit about my story in shoes. So when I decided to lose weight, I had some on like this, no, I ain't gonna flash. I had some on kind of like this. And I started to work out, jumping rope and everything. And the reason why I did that was because I had got so fat that I couldn't wear nothing like these. And I had a whole lot that looked like these. And I wanted to wear them. I said, you know, this is a shame. I got a closet full of shoes that I can't wear because I done got too fat. So let me get on and get this weight off. And I said to myself, hey, you have gained lots in your life. You have done lots of things. You've been lots of places. Dorothy and I, being Bennett Bells, have traveled to sing, traveled for smarts and science. You've done all these things, but you still fat, and you can't wear your shoes. So let's get it together. So these are the shoes I wanted to wear. Now, I said to myself, listen, once you get this weight off, you'll be able to be so fly. It's gonna be amazing. But after that 15 pounds, I got that diagnosis. Now, I started out my journey wanting to get to these. But instead of getting to these, I had to sit on down just for a minute and put these right here on. I'm gonna put these on, and I'm gonna let y'all wait on it. Because when you find yourself going from a victorious type person to somebody who is now deemed sick, so sick, but trying to live in faith, so sick, yet never wanted to make that declaration. I had that mastectomy July 1st, 2021, and it took me down. I was sick, on painkillers, sick, hurting, but I kept pushing. One day my auntie called me and she said, I know you're not feeling so good, but there's a little song I sing when I'm feeling low. And I want you to sing this song. I had to put a chair in the foot of my bed because I couldn't really sit up. So I had to get myself on this hard chair. She said, just sing the song. And when you sing it, every time you do, it's gonna feel a little better. So she sang with me, when peace like a river attended my way, when sorrows like sea billows roll, so I feel a little better. Whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well, it is well with my soul. Sing it again, she said. When peace like a river attendeth my way. Put the shoes aside. When sorrow like sea billows roll, whatever my lot, thou hast taught me to say, it is well with my soul, it is well with my soul. It is well with The water so my soul longeth after thee. I had to turn somewhere.
Yeah.
You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship thee. You alone are my strength, my shield. To you alone does my spirit yield. You alone are my heart's desire, and I long to worship you. Flow to you. Flow to you. Let the river of my worship flow to you. Lord, I pray in all I do. Let the river of my worship flow to you. Like streams in the valley, they swell with rain. Let the song of my heart rise to bless your name and flow to you, flow to you. Oh, let my worship flow to you. Just sit. But how many of you know that the things that try to take you down to your knees? And on your knees is where you really learn who you are. Not just because we bow before the greatness of God, not just because of that, but because in your humility, you find out where your strength comes from. In your humility, you give God a chance to whisper into your ears. In your humility, you give God a chance to build you the way He wants to build you. When you don't have any strength, there's no way you can climb. There's no way to reach for all the things you thought you were supposed to have. No way to go all the places you thought you were supposed to go. Because you're sick. And in your weakness, His strength is made evident. So I sang that little song, and I sung some little others, and I said to myself, this is going to be okay because you shall live and not die. And go on to declare the glory of the Lord. You shall live and not die. I said, I shall live and not die. I shall live and not die. Why do we say, I'm going to live and then remind you I'm not dying? I think it's because you have to understand that living is multifaceted. It's not just about breathing in and out. It's not just that. It's not about just your heart beating. It's about purpose. I shall live and not die. My hope will not die. My peace will not die. My faith will not die. My strength will not die. We're taking a break. But I'll be back after these messages. Because there were messages that I had to learn in that time. In that time of being broken down. Bruised and battered, but not broken. I had cancer, but it didn't have me.
Come on now.
I'm a vessel full of power with a treasure hidden in me.
Yeah.
I am a vessel full of power, and there are treasures. Now, when God saved my life, I determined that there were a few things that had to be true. A few things that had to be true. Number one, I had to get sick with some grace. So I'm going to take them off. And I got to walk through what I'm walking through, looking like I'm making look. So I'm still down, baby. I'm still down. But I'm not out. And when I had the Care Bears on, I was gonna tell you, I needed every piece of power there was. Does anybody know the Care Bear stare? When something would go wrong with somebody, all the Care Bears get together, put their bellies out, and all the lights shine. I needed every piece of help I could get. And so I said, Jesus and all of your cousins, come help me. Whatever I got to do to get this right, come and help me. Because I'd had a hysterectomy, and now I lost my breast, or I gave them up and got these new ones. That's all of my feminine organs I got.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all I got. I ain't got nothing else. So what is this? What is this attack on my feminine nature? What is this? And how then do I stop this attack? Because I'm a lady. I don't care what you take off me. I've been raised. So what is this? So I started to do some research. And I found out some things about schools of thought, about how we as women can reject our femininity out here in the world trying to make it happen. We reject that of us which is soft. And we push and push and push and climb and climb and climb. And we fill in the hole for all the people. On the chain gang every day. Never understanding what it means to be a feminine.